Welcome, audio fans. It's time for another episode of the podcast, presented by J&J Production Studios, your home for entertainment with your favorite shows available every week. And now, it's time to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at, all across the globe. It's all different time zones, but either way, so glad you're tuning in. It is I, Sam Crow. Here we are chilling with me again. Wanted to do this episode for you guys, kind of help break up your week. I know it's Thursday. It is June, what is today, the 8th? I can never tell anymore. The days bleeding together, so I just usually go by when the sun is up. I know it's daytime, and when it goes down and the moon is out, it's night. But anyway, nevertheless, so glad to be here with you guys. Thought this was a great opportunity to sit down and just chill and chat for a little bit because, and for a very big reason, if you haven't been keeping track, and especially if you live in the eastern seaboard of the United States or even out of the Midwest, we've been living in quite the haze the last few days, and that is due to an unfortunate event of raging wildfires up in Canada. A stretch of, I believe it's 200 fires last I read on the news. And that's kind of left us in this really dangerous, eerie-looking, foggy haze. It's something out of a horror film, I have to say. It's almost like Dejavu. And what's also really weird about it is living in the moment of not knowing what's going to happen next. It's kind of reminiscent of COVID, except in this case, we're really trapped inside, in a manner of speaking, because of the air quality being so poor. It's very dangerous to venture out. So it's been a strange couple days. Today, for the first time, it seems like it's a little bit better out, at least visually. I know I've been outside a little while ago, and it's still a bit hazy out and can be slightly still troublesome for breathing, so still use caution and be careful. If you're in the Midwest or even out west yet, because I know that it's been traveling that way, please be safe and be careful and be prepared. It is coming your way. I believe last reports indicated that there's a good chance it could hit the West Coast, so if you live out that way or on that side of the U.S., please use caution there. If you go outside, use a mask. They recommend the N95 masks. You just want to make sure everybody is safe as possible, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions, if you're sensitive with your lungs, if you're pregnant, if you anything that could be potentially harmful, or you have a longer-term, some kind of health issue regarding your breathing capabilities. This is going to make things worse. So please exercise extreme caution. Don't go outside unless you absolutely have to, and it recommended that you wear a mask if you do so, at least until you get from point A to point B and can be inside safely. So yeah, what strange times though, you guys. I mean, I can vaguely remember, I shared this, I was talking to some family and friends about this. I remember, eons ago when the state of California went through something similar. We had a dry spell, kind of like we do now, actually. That's the other big reason why we're having such a problem. And even up in Canada with wildfires, is it's been so dry, no rain. But the state of California was kind of in dismay at this time. This had to be at least 20 years ago. And had some of that hazing kind of effect. You could kind of smell the burning from the fires coming out from the west. Now, it was nothing compared to what it's been like from the Canadian fires. I mean, that's the worst I have ever seen it in my lifetime. If any of you are older, maybe you can recall. I don't know. But it's just been absolutely insane, and I've said it for the last couple of days too. I feel bad. If you're living in Canada, I feel so sorry for you all up there. I hope everybody is as safe as possible, but we've had a hard time here, and we're thousands of miles away. But if you're living near the actual burning fires themselves, it's got to be sheer misery there. So our thoughts and prayers are with everybody there if you are in that Canadian province where the fire is at, or even nearby, because I'm sure it's spreading, no pun intended, like wildfire up that way. So please be very safe. Know that we are with you guys, and hopefully this will all pass over soon. I know they've been trying to fight fires to get them out. Wildfires are very hard to contain and control because they just are kind of sprout at random. There's a dry patch here or there, and fire just kind of sparks. And being so dry, it really just adds gasoline on the flame because it makes starting the fire that much easier. So please be extra careful. I mean, if you guys have been on social media, I've been checking that and even looking on just even the major news outlets, just seeing some of the photo imagery from the last few days. I mean, it is absolutely incredible and mind-boggling when you look at all the haziness in some areas. I was watching one yesterday. There was a clip on Twitter. I'm not sure. I think it was MSNBC. I forget. It was one of the news media outlets. It might have been Good Morning America or something along that nature. It was about a 20-second clip. It was a quick clip showing the New York skyline in the span of, I believe it was 3 hours, how quickly the haze set in and how bright it went from a bright sunny blue sky to like this apocalyptic goldish color and thick and something you'd see out of the movies. I think there was one, I think it's 28 Days Later, or even Resident Evil, I think had one or two of those where it's kind of like being out in the desert and you have like that really dusty, sandy looking kind of color. And that's really what it looked like coming off of camera, especially with the way that the frames were changing. So it's really been something. And then even going outside, now, myself, my family, we try to be very careful going outside as little as possible, but even just being outside, I remember the first day just feeling like my skin's crawling because I can feel the heat on my skin from the haze. It's almost like acid on your skin, and breathing it in makes your throat itch and taste horrible, and your eyes are burning, like all that stuff combined. It's just absolutely, it's unfathomable how massive this has been and how quickly it's spread. So, hopefully this is the sign of today. Even I know the air quality has gone down. We were in such a high, poor quality that, it was downright scary. I mean, today it's better. It's not 100%, but at least we're trending in the right direction. So hopefully that will continue on as we approach the weekend, which all reports do indicate it should be cleared out, at least where we are, but it's going to continue to move. So as I said, just keep your eyes and ears open, use extreme caution and be prepared. Go out and get some supplies if you need to. Go to the store, pick up what you need, and just be prepared. I mean, really, it's not unfair to say, or it's not a slight chance. There's a good chance it's going to come that way because the wind has shifted. I know it's hit through, obviously coming towards Pennsylvania, and it's been in New York City. It's in D.C. I believe it's even gone down as far as the Carolinas. There's been a health hazard advisory from the World Health Organization. I believe it's one of them, or a couple of the organizations for health air quality. It's just been absolutely, it's incredible. So, but nothing like this. I mean, and to think, this is coming off the heels of dealing with COVID when COVID was rampant. I mean, it literally puts you in that deja vu state of mind. That's the first thing I said. Everybody looked at me like, well, it's not COVID. I know it's not COVID, but it has that ambiance and that feel of this is really freakishly weird. Now, with COVID, again, too, we didn't know much about it. It just kind of hit, and, really nobody knew about it. So, other than once the disease was spreading, and experts had said, well, you need to stay indoors, you need to, use caution, all that sort of thing. It's no different even this time. Granted, it's not a virus that's traveling through the airway. It's smoke and fire fumes, but can be very dangerous. As you guys may or may not know, and if you don't know, this will be important to understand too. Anytime you're dealing with fire, it's very dangerous to breathe in those fumes. That's why, if you never noticed from the fire department, the firemen wear protective masks and help them to breathe with air tanks, because breathing in those fumes can be damaging to your health, to your lungs, all that sort of thing. So that's why they're saying to people nowadays, the last couple of days, is to use masks as a precautionary thing when you're outside, and to try not to be outside, because the more you breathe that air in, the potentially hazardous it could be. So that's, again, that's really where it kind of shows similarities. It's not the same thing, but you kind of get that feel, And I remember on Tuesday was when it first started. Now, it didn't happen right away. Tuesday morning, it was clear. It was absolutely, there was a perfect normal day, nothing out that. We were outside in the morning for a while. I believe it was just after the noon hour, like 1 o'clock, is when it started to cover up and get really hazy, which was really weird. And then even throughout the day, and then even into the evening, obviously it helped when the sun went down because it was cooler, but you could still smell the haze. It was just weird. And then yesterday, living and waking up, and I'm accustomed to waking up and the sunlight shining in, and it's bright and the sky is blue, totally yellow, overcast. And what's also weird, I said this too, if you guys may or may not have noticed this, the sun did not cast any shadows, which is incredible because obviously, the sun does do that. And why is that important? Well, usually when the sun casts shadow, you can tell what time of day it is. So, obviously we have clocks for that very reason too. But if I hadn't looked at the clock and I just looked outside, I'd have no idea what time of day it was, at least until it got dark. I knew when it was daylight, I knew when it was nighttime. But I didn't know when the daylight was, or the hours were changing because there was no shadow. I said I could put a sundial outside and never know what time it was because the sun wasn't casting any shadow. So, and even, the sunlight shining in, the sunlight usually is yellow and has that nice color to it. Bright red, fire red, like, almost like an eclipse in a manner of speaking, and some other of those great phenomena that have happened in the past. But definitely something really interesting and really strange about it, and, who knows? I mean, this is probably could only be the beginning. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer saying it that way, because obviously everybody's going to sit there going, why do you say that? We're just getting through this, and you say, it's possible. Dry spells, it's the summertime, like all of these things kind of hit the runway, and it just kind of goes off there. So, I like I said, doesn't mean it will, but it's just the idea of being prepared and understanding that all these things have potential to actually really happen again. Now, it's because we didn't think it was going to happen the first time even. So, one thing's for certain, we definitely need rain. I haven't checked the weather as of late, but last time I knew there was nothing on the horizons as of yet. So, if we get at least some rain, there's potential at least to have some relief, which would be excellent and wonderful. But at least right now, where we're heading, and as I said a little bit ago too, earlier today, as we're looking at this right now, it does look a bit more normal than it has. But still exercise caution, because the air quality is the key thing. And it can still be troublesome, especially for breathing it in. So, these are just crazy times that we're living in and dealing with. And, I always say nothing shocks me anymore. And it really doesn't, because ever since especially COVID, that was a huge deal. Nothing really is surprising, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know. It always seems to have something, always seems to top something else, which is kind of anything in life, I suppose, too. So, but it's been an interesting couple of days. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in that vibe going, oh, we're stuck in the house again. And as I said, I was in Dejavu, like, this is like COVID. At least it's not for 3 months. Which even at that time we didn't even know. It could have been a lot longer, but you make the most of it and you weather the storm and we get through it. Most importantly is that we're all happy and healthy at the end of it. That's really the key thing there. So that's my hope. That's our hope here for everybody, that as we get through this together, we'll be able to weather that storm literally and continue on life as we go forward there too, because summertime is here. And if you guys know, listening to the main show, What's Up Bro Show, which will be live tomorrow night and Saturday night, we have brand new episodes coming up, so stay tuned for that. It's summertime fun time. Our Summer Slam Fest is going on. This is turning into be one heck of a year. We've been saying this all since the start of 2023. We want this to be our biggest year yet. And by gosh, we really are making a statement there, not just even on the show here and on the airway what we do, but just in life in general. So that's probably more than we ever bargained for, but we're certainly making a statement, which I suppose could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. So either way, but we're going to make it through. We're looking forward to it, though. Summer is going to be awesome, and we're just getting things revved up. It's going to be amazing. It's just hard to believe, though. We're 6 months through the year already, and that's why I keep telling myself in preparation of trying to make the most of this while we have summertime weather here, because it just seems to fly by really fast. And before you know it, you blink, and it's fall time. I know that from the last couple of years that's been the case. So make the most of it. Don't overplan, though. Definitely let it go and let go by the flow, I should say, or go with the flow. Because I don't know why, and I'm not sure. It's just an idea for that, but I feel like doing that, you have more of a propensity to really do more or have more things done that you want to do. Sometimes, when I say over planning, I mean you can plan too much. I know that from just last summer I did that. I shared this, I think, before, but last summer had a staycation, had a whole week off, and had all these plans to get all this stuff done. Like, I was going to catch up on a lot of things, do all this kind of, XYZ. Barely got not even a quarter, maybe half of it, if that. So it's like best laid plans. And I had everything planned almost down to every minute of every hour of every day, which is a rarity, I will confess. That does not happen on an average basis, but in this instance, I had a little more time. So sometimes you guys, we get like that. We have those abilities, and sometimes we don't. But it didn't go as I planned at all. I mean, yes, I got a few things going, but my time frames overlapped. Some things I wanted to do took longer than I planned for, that I prepared for, or that I allotted for. That's the word I'm looking for. And other things popped up that I was not expecting, which threw my schedule off too. So that's why this year, and this is why I share this with you guys, and I hope you guys are having some great plans. Of course, make plans as much as possible, but just understand too that sometimes, this has kind of been our mantra lately too, the best laid plans don't always go out the way that you think they will. So just let it flow organically, let it flow naturally, and just have a good time. Kick back outside, sit by the pool, get in the pool, go to the beach. Even just sit out in your favorite lawn chair or porch furniture and get a nice cool drink of lemonade or iced tea. Read a good book. Chill out. Either way, it's relaxing, it's refreshing, and you're breaking up your normal routine of the day. So that's something that we all can do, and that's something I plan to do, and I hope you guys will do that as well. We can all do that together and celebrate and just have this beautiful, nice weather, hopefully haze-free. But that's definitely a lot of things happen that you can't prepare for or are surprised by, so it's not shocking anymore. But nevertheless, summertime, we're going to have a great one. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys are as well. We're going to have some fun stuff coming up. Also, remember, too, another quick announcement if you guys missed it, too. Keep following us on social media, but we have our good friend, UFC fighter Miranda Fear the Maverick. She has a fight coming up this Saturday, in fact, June 10th. Check it out. It's going to be amazing. We want to give her all of our full support. We're going to have her back on the show. She's going to chat with us, let us know how it went. We'll talk in detail about it. It's just going to be awesome. Hope you guys will tune in for that. We'll keep you guys posted. We don't have a definitive time and date. Did reach out. She had asked us to contact her once the fight is over. She will gladly appear. Hope you guys are excited for that. It's going to be amazing. We were so grateful to have her last time, and we're grateful to have her again this time. So that's our other big plan so far. And then we have some other things coming up. 4th of July is going to be awesome. We're going to plan some special things there. Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Hope you guys will tune in for that. So let's take a short break. I'm thirsty now too. Let's get a good drink. Then we'll come back. We'll chill out a bit more and chat. Trying to help break up your work week. If you're working today, hey, no worries. Just have a good time. This is your opportunity to take a break from it all and just, maybe you're on your lunch break listening to this. That's great. If I can at least put a little smile and sunshine into your day and try to help you forget about all the troubles in the world, that's even better. So we'll keep chatting. I'll get a drink. Go get your drink. Use the bathroom real quick. Let's take a short pause. We'll play some music to get us in a happy, cheery mood, and then we'll come back and we'll chill out some more. So glad to be here with you guys. Hope your week is going good, and hope you're looking forward to the weekend where we'll get to hang out with you even more. Stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey audio fans, are you looking for fun and excitement? Have you been searching for that special show? You know, the one complete package you want in a podcast? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show and experience what true entertainment is all about. Stay tuned and don't miss the action. Available on your favorite streaming services, including YouTube. Thank you for all your support. And as always, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
Hey there, do you love podcasts? Are you having difficulty finding the right ones to listen to? Is it frustrating when you're trying to pick that show? You know, the one where everyone must collectively agree on? Like finding a good movie or TV show to watch, do you look for the most jam-packed entertainment that's possible to find in a single episode every week? Then search no more, and welcome to J&J Production Studios. It's our business to provide the best entertainment and information available for you. Whether you're sitting in that comfy chair with your favorite snack and beverage listening live each week, or downloading your favorite show episodes to take with you on the go while you're at work, exercising, or even just to play at night for you to fall asleep to. There's something for everyone, no matter what size, shape, or age you are. Visit www.linktree.com/J_J Production Studios to find all the streaming services where our podcast shows can be found. You can also connect with us on your favorite social media platforms, including Facebook and Twitter. You can join our public Discord server and chat directly with us. But wait, there's more. You can subscribe to our official YouTube channel and be notified every time a new show is broadcast. Wish you could have some studio souvenirs or collectibles? Guess what? You can. Visit the official store where you can purchase items featuring your favorite podcast and show hosts. Would you like to help support us? You can do that by getting your very own exclusive membership on our Patreon account. All proceeds go to help us upgrade our shows, which will only enhance the entertainment provided to you. Thank you so much. We're excited to have you as an audience. Your love and support are always appreciated. We'll see you soon.
Break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
All right, hey, welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out there. Hope you guys are able to get yourself a good snack and a drink. Kick on back. Let's hang out and chat some more. It is Thursday. It's Thursday morning for me. It could be Thursday afternoon for you. Could be an entirely different day, depending on what part of the world you live in. But either way, so glad you guys are here joining me. It is I, Sam Crow. You're chilling with me. Let's kick back. Let's relax. We've been talking about, in case you're just tuning in, how hazy it's been the last couple of days. If you're not up to date on the news, you may not be. I know a lot of people may have seen it, may not. It's been all over, but if you haven't been actively following it, due to some raging wildfires in the province of Canada, there has been an incredibly thick haze that has covered us down here across the eastern seaboard of the United States. It is now, last count, heading westward. So if you live in the Midwest or even on the West Coast, please be advised, be prepared, and be safe, because you may have wake up to a hazy morning and have a problem breathing with air quality, which we still have. Air quality is not the best. It is getting better, which is a good sign, but we're still being cautious for that. So if you're out that way, I know it's heading towards you, please exercise caution and be extra safe out there, because it's just not fun. It can be dangerous. So just be prepared as much as possible. Batten down your hatches. Prepare everything you possibly can. Make sure you have all important necessities that you need, food, water, and the like. Make sure that everything you have is you need it and get it now. Better to be prepared and not need it than be stuck last minute. So that's very important. Yeah, it's been a strange few days. I mean, I don't know how else I can spin that. It's just really, it was odd. And never seen anything like it. I'm sure we will see something like this again down the road. I mean, I can't say for certain that we will. Can't say for certain that we won't. It's just been a learning experience. That's the easiest way to put it. And I know for sure after seeing this, I hope that we don't ever have to deal with anything like this here in the U.S. because, I mean, it's just horrible. And I just can't explain it to you guys enough how I feel for everybody living in Canada and the areas where the fire, even if it's not directly by the fire but close by, they've had to have felt it all up there too. So it's unbelievable. You know, I've said this, I've shared this over, the What's Up Bro show. I may have shared it on another episode of Chillin' With Me too, but, we do take life for granted a lot of times. I know I've said I've grown up and I've been not sheltered in a way, but haven't really had as many hardships as a lot of you may have had. I do empathize, though. I can't profess to say I know exactly what you're going through because I haven't been through it myself, but I can maybe, I don't know if I want to say sympathize with that. I can understand. Even though I don't know fully and maybe will never know fully, I can understand, but I just cannot fathom, people that say go through disasters where you lose your home during a tornado, or you live like on the coast of Florida, or even, I don't think California as much, but Florida, you get hurricane season, any kind of natural disaster or fire in the house. It's got to be difficult. I know that's kind of cliche and goes without saying, but just to understand and to go through something like that, and even in some cases where it can be downright tragic, maybe you lose a friend or family member in the fire, or a pet, how do you bounce back from these kind of things? And we take that for granted because even where I've grown up, never had to worry about that. We've had some minor occasions where we had small tornadoes, but nothing like people see across Nebraska and Kansas areas there, or Oklahoma. Tornado Alley is very popular there. Nothing to that magnitude, but just even the idea of that. And I always think to myself, whenever I read or hear about these natural disasters and people losing their homes and all these sort of things, how do you pick up the pieces and go back? And people do it, and God bless you for doing that, because that's not easy. It cannot be easy by any stretch of the imagination to lose everything. And yeah, I'm sure homeowner's insurance covers the house, but sometimes your possessions, your items, are things that are more than, you can't even put a price tag on. They're so valuable. How do you recoup from all that stuff? And that's what I think a lot about with these wildfires, because while it's not known, or at least I haven't seen it broadcast in the news, if there's been any damage or any people injured or suffering any sort of losses anywhere because of it, it's always a real possibility. But how do you just go on? That's the key thing, And I think it's a great life lesson when you think about it, because it kind of helps keep us in perspective of things. And I'm not saying I want natural disasters or bad things to happen all the time, because it's never good. But I just feel like it's a constant reminder to all of us that life can be brutal. Life can be unfair. Some of us are fortunate. Some of us, in a manner of speaking, they luck out and we don't have anything major happen. And maybe you never will and for your lifetime, and that's wonderful for you. But unfortunately, we all can't be that positively lucky in those regards. And so we have to have moments that we come back from, and maybe we don't come back entirely, but we find the strength to keep going. Maybe you've lost a loved one. I know some friends and close family members, people have lost. It's really hard. And like I've shared this, and my family is smaller now. I can remember a lot of extended family who close to are all gone now. And it's life-changing, because you're accustomed to having people like that in your life that you see regularly, talk to regularly, and then one day they're just gone. And, the more you think about it, and I used to do this a lot, you try to think and prepare for the death of someone you care about close to. You try to get it in your mind. You try to build up your understanding of trying to brace for it. no matter how much you do that, it doesn't always mean you're going to hit that 100%. It's still gonna affect you greatly and deeply, and it's incredible. I mean, it really helps to go to show that, you know, I've tried very hard not to take things for granted a lot, and I do. And I mean, we're all human; we make those mistakes. But anytime I'm in that case, I try to think of someone who's not as fortunate as me, worse off than me, 10 times worse off than me. And I mean, we've had people that are starving still, that are living, you know, in the streets, homeless. I mean, go back to, even, you guys might be old enough to remember Hurricane Katrina back in 2005, the devastation down in New Orleans. That took years to recover from. We don't know that because we don't always hear the stories, and sometimes the cameras go off, so we don't know what happens down there. But that was total devastation. We've had so much hardships here. Imagine what other countries go through. A lot of third world countries, you know. I mean, these sort of things, you know, this is a natural disaster with these fires going on, but, you know, then we think about the war going on. I think about Ukraine and what are they dealing with and suffering with. You know, all these things happening, and, you know, I think it's unfair a lot of times when we kind of act selfishly, I guess, in some capacity, and we don't think about anybody else. And I'm not saying that's everybody, and I'm not lumping everybody in there. I know not everybody in that regard, but a lot of times, a lot of people are self-centered and focused that way, just on themselves. I say this a lot of times too. America anymore is not for Americans. It's just Americans aren't looking out for Americans. We're looking out for ourselves. It's not the way it should be, but it's the growing trend in our society and in our culture. And we're not the first ones to do it, of course, but it's just sort of that unfortunate byproduct of a trend that seems to spread quickly, and it's easy enough to adapt to. And when people get a taste for it, they just kind of roll with it. So my hope is, through all of this, and for you guys listening too, and it doesn't have to be morbid, it doesn't have to be necessarily negative, find some kind of experience learning from this fire situation, especially if you're living it firsthand. If you're living it, if you're in Canada too, again, take this as a kind of a way to look at it positive. And I know that's hard to do, and believe me, I'm not saying it so easily. I'm just saying that in regards to try to be encouraging for that. Try to learn something from it. Now, for those of us not directly by the fire, but still feeling the effects of it because of the haze that's coming around here throughout the country, make this a lesson where we think about, you know, these moments where life can really drop on a dime and things do happen, and ask ourselves, how do we respond? What do we do? I think that's going to be key. It's going to be critical. And use that as a challenge. Think to yourself, you know, this is how bad it is today. How can I make things better tomorrow? Or what can I do differently? What should I have done differently? If there's anything that you're missing now, find it. You know, get that center of balance back in your lives. Don't wait. That moment may not come again. So throughout this whole process, we hope that the experience will at least have some benefit to it. Hopefully we can all learn something from it. I know I picked up a few things in the last 48 hours. A lot can happen. It doesn't take much. So hopefully, and I implore you all to try to do that. That's something that I think is going to be beneficial in the long run. But it's all about growth. It's all about understanding, and we edify ourselves. We have knowledge base. We learn until we die. So let's continue to learn something. Let's make a positive out of this. And if nothing else, let's hope that this all brings us together a little bit closer. You know, we all win and we all succeed if we survive and we work hard together. You know, that's really key. And I know that's easier said than done, but at least if we have that idea, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to find a bit more happiness and get through these moments a lot better. Whether it's, again, something of a violent nature, natural disaster, there's all kinds of negative things every day. Always got to try to find a way to pull through it. And we can do that. If we stick together, stand fast, and just be there to support one another. I think that's crucial. I think that's key. And I think we can always accomplish something when we do that. So let's all try to be better at working at that. To some capacity. You don't have to go crazy. Just start by even getting to know your neighbors, or helping out there, or maybe just in your communities even. You know, local community, neighboring town, whatever it is. And you don't have to, spend all your time. Obviously we all have things to do in our lives daily that keeps us busy, but if you can dedicate a little time to it, there's something you can find. You can make a difference in some way, shape, or form. So you just have to figure out what that is. Know what your skill set are. Maybe you have a certain specific talent that can help. Whatever that is, use that for the good and to help somebody else. That in itself will be its own reward. And you'll see quickly, I speak from experience, I've done it before, how much of a growingly beneficial it is for you as a person. And it'll help transcend as you get older. And, there's a saying somewhere, I forget, I'm probably going to butcher this because I can't remember exactly how it goes. But the idea is if you give something selflessly, you get something back tenfold in that regard. So you never know. All we can do is be mindful, be loving of each other, and try our best to help each other succeed any way we can. So that's what I implore there. I hope that, guys, and I don't mean to get too philosophical and deep, but these are things I think about too. And as I said, it's been an interesting 48 hours since the Haze started, and again, I'm sure we'll be talking about this as it happens, but I hope everybody has been safe, though. Hopefully we'll be able to get back outside safely, probably within the next day or so. I know it's better today, but still use caution. The air quality is not the best, so still. But I hope you guys are enjoying your week, sans the fire and the haze. Hope you guys are looking forward to the weekend. And again, even if we're stuck inside, there's plenty of things you can do, so just find it. That's the key thing. You can do it. Let's hope that we can all look for this summer to be the best ever, because that's what we're trying to do. I know I am. Looking forward to a lot of great things that are going to come. We're going to hang out with you guys and have a great show, 2 shows back-to-back tomorrow night and Saturday, our normal. And we're just going to really make this not just the best year or the best summer, but just the best time that we can have. And we hope you guys will join us on the ride for that. We look forward to it. We appreciate you guys. We love you all so much. We look forward to having a chance to chat and to talk to you guys, and really hope you guys enjoy it and get something out of it. That's why we do what we do. We're not doing this for the big bucks. We're not doing this to get rich. We're not doing this, just to do it. There's a lot of shows out there. We want to be our own message and our own statement. We want to be entertaining. We want to provide you guys some edifying information now and again, too. Keep things interesting, and we all can grow and we all can learn. Like we have for the Law and Justice show, which there will be another episode soon. I'm going to work on doing that. But there's something that everybody can enjoy, and that's what we're doing that. And we love it, and we hope that it inspires you. If you're inspired to start your own podcast, go for it. Everybody has something they can talk about. I've seen so many shows. I can't even tell you. You guys probably know because you've listened to your favorites, and there's almost always a new show every day. So find what works for you. And again, we love having you here. We hope that we can provide what you're looking for. We always try our best. We're always looking to do new things and to be the best that we can be. But we're going to travel this road together. Let's do it. Let's be tight. Let's stay close. And most importantly, let's have a lot of great fun and a great time. Thanks, guys, for chilling out here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Looking forward to talking to you again on Friday night and Saturday night. Tune in for the What's Up Bro show. We'll be here, myself, Big Hoss. Mr. Fire and Boo Boo may be joining us as well. We never know who's going to be in the studio, but it's going to be a party either way. We're going to continue our Summer Slam Fest. Hope you guys will be there. We look forward to having you. And be happy, be healthy. Of course, be safe. If you're going out today, still use a caution. I know it looks better out, might look better, but you just can never be sure. So just be extra careful if you are going to go out. Use proper precaution and don't be out any longer than you have to be. Hopefully, we'll be back to having better air over the weekend. So until then, though, we'll see you guys again soon. Kick back, enjoy your favorite beverage. If you're lounging by the pool, I really envy you. I want to do that soon. I can't wait to do that. Going to hit the beach this summer. It's going to be amazing, but enjoy it, relax, don't stress about anything. Just enjoy life the way it was meant to be. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys soon. Make sure you follow us on social media for updates and check us out, all the other podcasts that we have featured and the streaming services where you can listen to them. You can download episodes for free, take them with you on the go, or listen live. Either way, we love you guys so much. Hope you enjoy this content. See you guys this weekend. Until then, I'm Sam Crow here at J&J Production Studios. We say goodbye for now, but not for long. We'll see you next time at the show.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Be sure to check J&J Production Studios on Linktree for all the streaming services and social media accounts where our shows are featured. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, until next time, we'll see you at the show.